Hello my dear people, you're welcome to the channel. How are you all doing? I want to believe that you're all doing fine. So my dear people, you guys really need to see what Governor Wike is turning Rivers State into. Seriously, I have always said it that this man deserves all the accolades, I tell you guys. I'm going to be spilling it out to you guys in a bit and also let you guys see the video, okay? But before then, I want to encourage you guys to please go ahead and support the channel by subscribing to the channel, and also please turn on the notification bell so that every time I upload a video on this channel, you will get notified. Thank you so much for doing that. The Rivers State Commissioner for Transport, Mr. Sèè Whàt, have disclosed plans by the State Executive Council to commence a free bus scheme with a fleet of 28 luxury buses to convey commuters free of charge during this COVID-19 period. Free of charge, oh. He said the scheme would start from Monday, 1st of June 2020, and is part of the measures introduced by the government to ameliorate the sufferings faced by those living and doing business in the state. Mr. Ejeku announced that the free buses would convey commuters in Obiakpo, Port Harcourt, Eleme, and Oyibo local government areas. The commissioner also stated that wearing of face mask would be a compulsory requirement for any commuter who would want to enjoy the free service. Wow, this is awesome and sensitivity at work, guys. Understanding that this is, for some people, the most difficult times with regards COVID and the lockdown. Kudos to him, seriously. Now, another good and revolutionary news is the inauguration of the cassava plant. That is the Rivers State Cassava Processing Company. The Rivers State Cassava Processing Company, located at Afam, Oyibo local government area, will soon come on stream. Governor Sèè Whàt, who stated this on Thursday after inspecting the plant, pointed out that the company, when fully operational, would employ 4,500 persons and also boost agriculture in the state. He stated that the state government has 70% equity share in the project, which is in partnership with Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC of Nigeria. We are quite happy that this project, which was initiated by the previous administration in 2012 and abandoned, has come to the stage of completion. When we came on board and saw the usefulness of this project to our economy, we did not hesitate to release funds to complete it. As you can see, this project, which is about 90% complete, would have been commissioned this month, if not for the COVID-19 pandemic, which has negatively impacted global economy. Let me commend the management of this plant for fast-tracking the completion and the novel initiative that will use mobile machines to collect cassava from the farmers at their various clusters. This will no doubt reduce the challenge of logistics and increase farmer participation, the governor stated. Earlier, the managing director of the Rivers State Cassava Processing Company, Reuben Giessen, noted that the cassava processing plant, when completed, would increase income for smallholder farmers by providing an enabling environment for them to sell their cassava tubers. He also disclosed that the plant would reduce about 45,000 metric tons of cassava flour daily, while about 12,000 metric tons of cassava tubers would be needed for collection by its mobile plants from farmers around the state for processing. Mr. Giessen commended the state governor for embarking on the project, which he described as the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. So that's it, my people. You know they say seeing is believing, right? So I'm going to let you guys see the video, then afterwards would come my comments on it. Please watch.
The 415, 2 MVA transformers at a time.
The Rivers State Cassava Processing Company, located at Afam, Oyibo local government area, will soon come on stream Governor Nyesom Wike stated this on Thursday after inspecting the plant, pointed out that the company, when fully operational, will employ 4,500 persons and also boost agriculture in the state.
First of all, you have 50 employment, you have 150 indirect, and then what is important is not how many people that work here. The 3,000 farmers who are going to sell their cassava. So you can multiply the chain effect where you have 3,000 farmers supplying cassava. So you can imagine if you multiply 3,000 persons, what you get. So it's going to be very huge, and that's what we're talking about. And though too that as they go out, they also have people who will be working within the clusters. So not just generally those who work inside the factory. So I think anyhow, take it directly or indirectly, we have not less than 4,000 people who benefit from this.
He stated that the state government has 70% equity share in the project, which is in partnership with Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC of Nigeria.
This project has been here for over 2012. That's when the project was started, and I thought that it was a project that would take like 4 years to finish. Unfortunately, when we came on board, they are not working because there are no funds. And so we decided to make sure that all funds are released for them to be able to complete this project, which is very key. It's unfortunate we ought to have completed this May, but again, because of COVID-19, which has negatively affected so many things. But whatever it is, we're happy that the work is still ongoing. At least for now, they've done not less than 90% of the job. You can see what's going outside is mere putting the infrastructures in place. But the major facilities for the cassava processing is already in place. And one good thing I found out here is that the farmers are not coming here to bring in their produce. Rather, the equipment, the machines, the processing the machines will move down to where you have the farmers in clusters and take the cassava from them. And that is very, very key. You have saved the farmers the transport problem. You have also saved them the cost of logistics. So I'm quite impressed with what we have seen.
Earlier, the managing director of the River State Cassava Processing Company, Ruben Gerson, noted that the cassava processing plant, when completed, will increase income for smallholder farmers by providing an enabling environment for them to sell their cassava tubers.
This is a project that will process the cassava in River State into cassava flour. It will be processing 45,000 metric tons of cassava tubers on an annual basis into about 12,000 metric tons of cassava flour.
He also disclosed that the plant will produce about 45,000 metric tons of cassava flour daily, while about 12,000 metric tons of cassava tubers will be needed for collection by its mobile plant from farmers around the state for processing.
It will give a fair opportunity for the farmers in River State to sell their crops to an industrial outlet, and also make sure that we set the pace for the industrialization of the area, having a power plant next door.
Mr. Gerson commended the state governor for embarking on the project, which he described as the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa.
This project is running exclusively on electrical power, so we want to prove a point that we can use power generated in the state to industrialize the state. Not to talk of the farmers, which are roughly 3,000 in number, and their extended families that will participate in the agricultural process. So the multiplier effect is quite enormous.
So, this is really a plus for Governor Wike, if you ask me. Seriously. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a leader who is being empathetic, and thinks about the tomorrow. Okay, some of you would say, after all, this project started with the past administration in 2012. But then Wike had the responsibility, had that sense of responsibility, and a sense of focus to continue with the project. And he did not just continue with the project. He continued with this project and saw it, or is seeing it, to the inauguration and the finishing mode of this project. Like he anticipated that there will be a crisis, that there will be a pandemic, such as corona, which would cause a lockdown, and thereafter the effect would be a recession. Definitely, we should all know that. Like he anticipated that, and then he decided to foresee this project till the end. I'm glad that while others maybe were thinking of how they would lay off their workers, he was thinking of employing his indigenes, employing people to improve the conditions of their lives. In fact, the place where I actually saw the video, I saw someone already applying for the position of an accountant. Is it not something that sounds nice? Now, talk about the Cross River State Governor, Ben Ayade, who is waiving taxes on farmers, farm produce sellers, and small scale business owners. Who's waiving taxes for them? I think this is one empathetic and very reasonable move, by him also. I tell you, these very two governors, you see Governor Wike, you see Governor Ayade, they are my two favorite leaders in Nigeria right now. Right now. I wish the other leaders, from top, no one is accepted, other leaders from top to bottom can emulate what these governors are doing and quit looking for ways and opportunities to loot money. I just wish some of them could be, this very empathetic, rather than looking for ways to borrow the country into dryness. So they now so borrow with the smell they hear every time. It is so painful. I'm glad we have two people who are really, rising up to the task and really reasoning, and who are really being empathetic, seriously. See, my people, there's a saying that to whom honor is due, let honor be given. And me, what I do, if you do well, I would praise you. And when you do bad, I would condemn you. So right now, I'm going to say once again, kudos to my two favorite leaders in Nigeria right now. I pray the other leaders from top to bottom, from top to bottom, I'm not exempting anybody, would learn from you guys. Anyways, let me end here. Okay, please feel free to share your own thoughts and opinions about this in the comments section below. And like I earlier said, please do not forget to support the channel by subscribing to the channel. And also please turn on the notification bells. Like and share this video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.